It was early in the morning. One was awake, yet her eyes were closed. Chirping of birds made her aware that soon it would be the start of a new day. Though she was sleeping a few moments ago, but she could feel the amount of sleep wasn't enough. Her body was craving for more lazy bedtimes when the alarm went off. She tried to get up quickly, but she was in Tej's embrace that made her to do the extra struggle as she didn't want him to disturb on his day off. She almost whined as she was feeling weird. She wasn't feeling fresh after so many hours of sound sleep. She wasn't sleepy, but she was still tired. Stretched her tired muscles while looking at the sleeping figure beside her. His eyes were closed. He wasn't snoring. Well looked at his handsome face with no expressions. I wish I would have applied for a leave. I want to sleep more. Are you awake? You look so handsome. No matter whether the marriage was forced or something, I got you. I got the best one. You know, there was a time when you used to live in my dreams. I think you were more handsome in reality. She slowly tried to dangle herself from Tej's embrace and went to the washroom. They was sleeping, but her random movements made him awake. Obviously, he was expecting to get a peck or some kind of affection from his better half, but she had gone to the washroom. Never mind. He stretched his arms before getting out of the bed. Taking his phone from the nightstand, he checked one's schedule. She had early classes. Pancakes would be the best breakfast. He mumbled and headed towards the kitchen. After some time, one stepped out of the washroom and scanned the whole room. They wasn't there. Shrugged her shoulder in relief before changing the bedsheet. The light stain of in her made her aware that she's gonna be grumpy for the next few days. She tried to make a list in her mind what she's gonna need to pamper herself for the next few days. I will try to be quiet. I will not react to anything. Putting the used and might be stained bedsheet in the laundry basket, she decided to do the laundry after returning home. After being done with the bedroom chores, one stepped towards the kitchen. The aroma of freshly cooked pancakes had already notified what was cooking in the kitchen. I don't want to eat the same pancakes again. She whined silently. They looked at her. She's behaving like a child just because I got a day off. There's nothing to be jealous. How could you just got out of the bed so casually? He mumbled in his mind. Should I say him that I just got my so I am not feeling to eat these boring pancakes? That would be rude. I mean, he only knows to prepare this. He is putting too much effort. If I was him, I would not have even left my bed. And he has prepared fresh pancakes for me. So what? I'm going to eat the same breakfast almost every single day. When consider this as a ritual, all you have to do is just shove it and gulp down with water, and it's not bitter. It's sweet. Come on, Van. You can do it. Van stood in front of the sink to wash her hands. Good morning, honey. They greeted and gestured her to take a seat. Morning. Van greeted back immediately but with a fake smile, and they caught it. Wow, wifey. You ran away to avoid a basic checkup, and now, when I have prepared your favorite breakfast, you are giving me a fake smile? Before they could offer her the maple syrup, Van took larger bites of the pancake and almost shoved into her mouth and gulped down it with water. Are you mad because I told you to not apply for leave? He asked her bluntly. No, I'm not mad at you, but yeah, I'm not in a good mood. She looked at Dave. Are you mad because of last night? They wanted to confront, but one stopped him immediately. Dear husband, I'm okay, but I'm not okay. I may behave rude because of my mood, so you can avoid me. I don't want to hurt your emotions just like this pancake. I like it, but that doesn't mean I would like to have it every morning. Though I know that you only know to prepare this. This is a healthy option, and I'm grateful because you managed to prepare me breakfast so early in the morning, but I don't want to eat this. I'm hungry and I don't know what to eat. Well, literally whined. They just tried to understand what she was saying. She's unhappy for no reason. Strange. You're not late. Still, I'm asking you, do you want me to drop you at the university? They asked while taking the last bite of the pancake. I have disturbed you enough. I think I should go. And one thing, I might be late cause I need to go to take my luggages. When took the dishes and cleaned before leaving for the university. Have a good day, wifey. They took his phone and started going through the university's student forum page. He usually doesn't check those students' forum pages, but the one after another notification where he was tagged made him click on the page. What the heck? Why Van and I are topic of the discussion? They frowned and started going through the posts and comments. The students were posting mean comments, and some of them guessed his wife's age. Although only her eyes were exposed, her hair was covered with a scrub cap and her face was covered with a mask. What if she doesn't know about all this? What if she knows all of this? She would have to face all alone. They slammed the door as he let her go to university in public transport. He was upset for getting the day off. At least he could save her from the harsh world, he thought. Young. Before he could grab his call case, all he could do was calling Yoongi. There. What happened? Yoongi spoke in his sleepy voice. Young, the students know I'm married. They spoke in a fearful voice. Oh, are you two bounded in a contract or something? Yoongi wanted to confirm whether they were going to be separated after a period of time. No, this answer was short. So, the students are trying to prove that you were husband of another woman? Yoongi was trying to figure out what happened. No, the students posted a video of me introducing my assistant as my wife, and everyone at the university would find who is my assistant in a snap. They explained him the whole situation. So, you don't want your students to know that you are not available? Yoongi asked. Hyung, when did I say that? I am just worried about when. Today is my day off and she has to attend her classes. I don't know whether she is aware of this controversy. Oh, wait, Hyung. Just a second. She was behaving too weird. Like she was looking so pale and she was throwing tantrums like she was in a really, really bad mood. Maybe she clicked on the notifications. They tried to analyze the situation. What you were saying? She has never complained about food. You are barely married to her for a week. I know her for almost 15 years and her behavior, her attitude throughout the whole time won't be changed in just 7 days. Maybe she didn't have proper amount of rest her body needed. Maybe that's why she seemed to you bad-tempered, irritable. And if I was her and I would get to know what's going to be happening with me, would I not inform my husband? Yoongi tried to figure out. Hyung, what should I do now? They could count his heartbeats. Call your colleagues and ask what's happening there. Simply. Yoongi asserted casually. Hyung, if you were in my situation, what would you do? They crossed his fingers. I have never let my wife to go all alone, especially when I am having a day off. Never. Yoongi answered, but I asked her if she needs me to drop her. They tried to get out of the bed. Wow, Taehyung Kim, do you know how women are aggressive when it's about their ego? And as much as I know Goyangi, she got the tendency of refusing, but if you really care about her and tell her with love, she would gradually stop refusing you. If you had held her hand and stopped her, she would wait for your late. She's sensitive. I don't know whether it's her brother's sentiment or something, but I would suggest you to go to the university. I know you are waiting to hear these words from me. Now get ready, grab your car keys and go. Young smiled before disconnecting the call. On the other side, Wen entered into the university like any other regular day. Though it was Monday, but she was exhausted like Friday. Her whole body was lethargic. She sighed in relief as she saw the seat was empty where she likes to sit. As soon as she stepped into the classroom, she sensed all the students' eyes were fixed on her. For putting no makeup, even lip balm? Even my lips are chapped. Ignore, they're not looking at you. Their opinion just doesn't matter. Wen quickened her steps to occupy her favorite seat. But as she reached to the desk, she saw reserved for Mrs. Kim Tae-hyung written on the desk. She checked whether there was glue or something on the seat. Fortunately, there was nothing. Ignoring the written words on the desk, she fulfilled her urge to sit. Kang Wan or Mrs. Kim Tae-hyung, the gold digger? One of the students teased her. She had actually reacted casually as she heard her name, but didn't expect she would be called a gold digger because she was helpless at a point and married to the person because she wanted to continue her studies because she didn't want to ruin these things she had earned herself. When I looked at the direction, the students in white aprons were looking at her, giving us some kind of nasty look. When I realized she only knew their names, she had no idea about their personal lives, so she had no words to comfort herself by saying, "Don't worry, you are better than him or her." She kept pressing the volume button of her phone and kept listening the words of the class, yet pretended like she was listening music. The scene was getting continued. After every single classes, as the professor exited, the gold digger Mrs. Kim's song was getting played in loop. Her incomplete sleep, her tired body, and frequently hitting cramps that notified her that she still had to collect her luggage from Taehyung's office, and obviously, after hearing so many things, she didn't want to go there. She didn't want to face his colleagues, and somewhere she didn't want to have that much courage to make eye contact with the staff and faculties. Yet she badly needed her things. Moreover, she didn't have the energy or want to spend the time or money to buy things she needed. She was suffering internally at her lowest. She badly wanted to be hugged by Taehyung, and that was something she didn't dare to utter while wishing for that. Internally, she was distracted, yet she didn't feel the urge to cry. She just wanted to die. She just wanted permanent relief. After the classes, she had to get up from her seat. You have done nothing to feel guilty. You haven't violated any rule of the university. There is no rule where husband and wife can't work or study. There is no rule which implies a professor can't get married to a student or student can't date a professor. They are the society, and no matter what you do, what you don't do, they would judge you. They would keep judging you even if you just prayed. It's impossible to impress everyone. They put zero effort to impress you. Raise your head, get up, go, collect your luggage, and don't ever think to take a leave. You have to adjust yourself with this version of you. Come on, man, get up one more time. You know how to land when you fall. She encouraged herself and stepped out of the classroom. She could sense the eyes fixed on her while she was walking through the corridor. Ignoring their existence, she walked away and finally knocked on the door of the staff room. May I come in? She asked for the permission and a small yes she heard. They, she whispered under her breath. Sir, I was informed that my luggages are most probably in your cabin. May I take my things with me? She looked around, and surprisingly, the professors were giving any interest in their conversation. They were busy at their own works, and when knew, she must address him formally as it was his workplace. Taehyung nodded. Follow me. He led her towards his office cabin, and she almost stumbled as a solid cramp suddenly hit her lower abdomen. What a coincidence, I guess I'm at my weakest. A silent, sad chuckle escaped from her mouth. Her energy level was drawn, both mentally and physically. Finally, they stopped. Here is your luggage. As he looked at her face, his soul was shaken because Van's face was looking extremely pale. I guess she needs some alone time. What should I say her? Should I make some random excuse that I need to attend some sort of meeting? Yeah, that sounds convincing. He thought for a moment before saying, I was informed that I have to attend the faculty meeting after the classes. As he paused, Van bowed formally and stepped back. Thank you, have a good day. She gently smiled. Grabbing her luggages, she stepped out of the staff room. After buying some of her favorite snacks, she finally came in front of Tae's apartment, and surprisingly, she couldn't remember what the password of the apartment was. Should I call Taehyung? Should I go to see Junior? No, Van, face it. Don't run away. She uttered, Ah, it has been so many years. Why I can't get used to with these cramps? She sighed. It was almost evening when they finally decided to drive back to his apartment. Constantly, he was trying to figure out how to discuss about the things, the hot topic of discussion in the students' forum page. But as the door of the lift opened with a ding sound, all the plannings from his mind just vanished. As he saw his wife sleeping outside of the apartment with her luggages. Hey Van, why are you sleeping here? His gentle taps woke her up. Her face was extremely pale, puffy eyes, the impression of tiredness was evident on her face. I just couldn't remember the password and thought you were in a meeting, so I shouldn't disturb you. I didn't call you. She just completed her last syllables and felt a strong cramp, which she forcefully tried to gulp down. Are you okay? They asked her with concerned eyes. He immediately embraced her and pressed the password to enter inside. This time he didn't even bother to change the shoes and directly took her to the bedroom. Of course, she badly wanted to lie down, though she was hungry and usually she can't tolerate the feeling of hunger, but this time she was only craving to lie down. You have changed the bedsheet? Taehyung wanted to tease Van. That royal blue bedsheet, you in my embrace. Slowly you have come to me through the veil of hesitation. I had missed that until you let me to create a similar memory, yet little better version of it in this light brown bedsheet. And all he could feel a small jerk. When tried to break the embrace but couldn't. I have to do the laundry. Her tummy rumbled with hunger. Wait, what did you eat in lunch? They knew mentally she wasn't in the situation to enjoy lunch, but he wasn't ready to believe that the woman in his embrace had survived from morning till the night by eating only pancake. I'm not hungry, but I think it's really necessary to do the laundry, otherwise I'm gonna be stocked out soon. She tried to speak up, but she ended up uttering under her breath. I still have almost a dozen of washed bed sheets, so don't worry, kitten. You won't have to worry about stocking out of that. They gently pinched her nose and pecked on her lips. Her mind just started believing in his sweet buttery words when she realized something. Am I leaking? Yeah. She was desperate enough to break the embrace and stood on her feet. I think I should go and do the laundry. My things are packed for a long time and I need to wash them once again before I use them. Hold on, Mrs. Van Tae-hyung Kim. One thing you must remember. You are always going to wear my clothes. Only my clothes. I know my clothes are a bit oversized, but I'm not gonna let you wear this girly frock with deep neckline and almost backless. I think I have enough washed t-shirt, hoodies and trousers, track pants, shorts. You really don't have to do the laundry when you were so weak. They wanted Van to smell like him. Whenever he would feel the uncomfortable urge to rub his nose on her neckline, he would just want to smell only and only his scent. That's not even a problem. It seems more like a solution to me, but I don't think you use same kind of underwear as mine, so I need to. And her tummy rumbled again. I'm not gonna eat pancakes or waffle. Don't dare to prepare any of this for me. And you are not going to eat any of the food items you bought from the convenience store. You have the whole kitchen and the best worst self. Tell me, what do you want? They took the phone from her hand and put it on the nightstand. I lost my appetite. Lowering her face, she went to the washing area. After emptying the laundry basket into the washing machine, she sat on the floor in front of the machine before starting the washing cycle. Now, she had nothing to do. Actually, she didn't want to do anything and she couldn't stop her mind to recall what was going on the forum page. It was the only 1 hour when she was busy, yet she was free to think in the cozy area. She couldn't stop herself from breaking down. She tightly bit the fabric of the trousers she was wearing to muffle the sound of her sobs. After some minutes, when she was a little calm and quiet, some unnecessary imaginary situations started coming. What if I take my time to dry the clothes and wait for him to fall asleep first? The bedsheet is brown. If I dare to spend my whole night laying on the light colored bedsheet, I would definitely stain that. Should I go and say him that I got my cycles? No. Then he would definitely tell me to lie down. I don't want to go through his checking procedures. No, I shouldn't say him directly. This is a bad idea. How long will it take you? They peeked into the washing area. I have no appetite. I have told you already. One's voice was broken. I have prepared a special pancake for you. Don't dare to say no. They tried to look at her face under the dim light. You would walk into the dining area yourself, or you want me to carry you in my arms? His voice was calm yet hesitant. When turned around her face to hide her red puffy eyes. I'm almost done. I will go myself after I hang this. You cried. Why did you cry, Mrs. Van Tae-hyung Kim? He started taking steps towards her. Don't forget your present identity, Mrs. Kim. I'm not playing with you any live-in game here. I am your rightful husband and you are my rightful wife. They grabbed her hand tightly. Look at me. Show me your face and tell me that you were not crying because of that stupid thing. Don't force me, Van. Look, I think my serotonin levels are fluctuating, and believe me, I am aware of that. I didn't intend to criticize your cooking. I do appreciate it, but believe me, I don't want to eat those healthy, tasty, bland things. And one more thing, I will sleep in the guest room tonight, and you won't stop me. When seethed. Oh no, Mrs. Kim caught her ears even after marriage. Shame on you, Kim Tae-young. You didn't plan that. They teased her. But the guest room is locked from outside and the key is in Daegu. I'm extremely sorry, wifey. Things are going against your plannings. They sighed in relief as he was worried about her. But now he knew everything about this thing called menstruation. But he didn't know what was her type of cycle, how frequent, how much strong cramps she experiences, and he knew when might not let him know. That is it. I'm almost done. Have you eaten? I will sleep in the couch then. When collected the clothes from the machine. I'm not gonna let you sleep in the living room, they asserted. No more discussion about this topic. While stepping out of the washing area, Van wrinkled her nose. I don't want to eat waffle. I didn't know that you want to eat. Okay, I will make something delicious for you. They put his hand on her shoulder. I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat. I want to eat, but I think I'm gonna be full after only one bite. One whined as she wanted to eat the food she had bought from the convenience store. Then just sit beside me. He made her seated on the chair and then he took his seat. Van, why do you want to sleep in the couch? Is it more comfortable in these days? This question was genuine, but it was a funny one for Van. She sighed and fed him a piece of waffle. Darling, would it be comfortable if every square inch, every square centimeters of your body aches? Every muscle wants to relax and you are feeling some hammer action in your lower abdomen, but you are afraid of staining? What will you do? I'm not afraid of blood. They looked at her with his curious eyes. You are still afraid of that red liquid? I'm not afraid of blood, but yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. I often get tired and sleep like a monster. And sometimes, not every time, I steam clothes or bed sheets. When I was embarrassed, she looked away to avoid eye contact with him. They knew Wen would not gonna agree to sleep in the bed. No matter how many times he would convince her that the mattress was covered with protector and the bedsheet could easily be washed off if it would be stained. Okay, he shrugged his shoulder. You wanna sleep in the couch? Okay, then one condition, you would sleep. And you won't scroll down your phone for more than 15 minutes. I have put your phone on the nightstand, go grab it and kitten. Your 15 minutes time starts now. Who needs 15 minutes? I wasn't thinking about going through the phone. I need that just for the morning alarm. In a second, she rushed to take her phone from the nightstand and almost jumped on the couch. Good night, husband. I will miss you. Just turn off the lights before leaving. Indeed, she was behaving like a drama queen, putting her phone on the side table. She closed her eyes. No, Taehyung's presence wasn't the only reason she put her phone on the side table, but the cramps that were being crushed inside her lower abdomen, and of course, she didn't have the courage to face the criticism. Sleep tight. They smiled at her childish behavior. He wasn't ready to spend the whole night alone in the big bed, especially when he knew that Wen was in pain, and she was avoiding to sleep in the bed to avoid staining. He turned off the lights and went to the bedroom, and was waiting for her to make the moves first. After a few minutes, she took the phone from the side table and started scrolling down, obviously minimizing the brightness. She had the idea about how the students might be accusing her. Still, she gathered her courage to face the situation, and in no time, she silently broke down. This time it was her. She dragged herself down by clicking on the forum's page. I think I should get up and sterilize my cup. Come on, Van, don't stain this couch. She managed to stop herself before her sobs became uncontrollable. Van got up and went to the kitchen, put the cup into a sterilized pot, and filled that with some water before settling that whole setup into the microwave as she needed to sterilize her cup before using it. Kitten, I told you, I will not allow you to consume those chunks. The sleepy, husky voice of Tae made her tremble. What the hell? I'm not preparing ramen. She tried to defend herself. I didn't say you are preparing ramen. Something's fishy. And Kitten usually loves fish. Is it tuna flavored ramen? Kitten? He raised his eyebrows and the microwave dimmed. Oh, it's ready. Let me serve this for you. Stop. You better not touch that container. One glared. They They took the container out of the microwave oven and put it on the dining table. I'm going to enjoy my dinner in the washroom and don't follow me. One was about to grab the hot container when they stopped her. Just one bite? They could see Van's cheeks getting red. I can see a guilty woman. As he removed the lid, Van couldn't do anything but covered her eyes with her hand. I thought it to be a better option to avoid staying. I mean, your couch looks expensive. Indeed, this couch is expensive and I will be waiting for you here. They sat comfortably in the couch. Call me if you need help. Don't forget, I am a professional gynec. A naughty smile was curved on his lips. His eyes witnessed her to close the door of the washroom. Indeed, the staining matter about which Van was concerned the most. They wasn't concerned about that at all, as his mind was only curious about Van's condition. Honestly, a part of him wanted to ask about how she had tackled the situation in university. He wanted to apologize, he wanted to her to break down in his arms, and he wanted to coax her, kiss her. Good night, husband. Van actually wanted to lie down badly. She greeted him so that he would get up and go to his room. Good night. They got up from the couch and stood beside her. What? Surprised Van asked him. I guess now my wife doesn't have any excuse to sleep in this couch. With a swift move, he took her into his embrace. Actually, I'm just not feeling to share bed with anyone. Only me and my pillows. Van spoke. I won't mind to be your head pillow and your side pillow too. I promise. They yawned. It's getting late. I might try to be a little comfortable, so think again. Van kind of warned him. He took her into his arms and carried in bridal style to the bedroom. He gently laid her on the bed. Your pillow needs to take a quick shower before you cuddle. Please wait for me. Tired, Van gently nodded before closing her eyes. Obviously, they went to the washroom and had a quick shower. It took a few more minutes to prepare the hot water bag for her, as they noticed her tendency of lying on the stomach and front eyebrows. After arranging everything she might need, when he finally lied down beside her, the soft snores had already filled the room. He carefully made her lie on her back. Pushing the t-shirt a little upward, he rubbed her tummy gently. Ah, this is so good, Van sighed and moved into his embrace. Have you removed your... He asked as he felt the impression of the back straps as he rubbed her back to comfort her. That's your responsibility. Her sleepy words are really hard to understand. Okay, then cooperate me. He kissed her forehead before unclasping the... In the future, don't forget to remember me to take this off. Her eyes were closed. She crawled more into his embrace to find a comfortable space in his embrace as cramps started hitting randomly. You're getting cramps? They asked in a concerned tone. Sleepy Van nodded and tried to adjust herself more in his embrace to ease the pain. What about a hot water bag? They asked while kissing her hairs. Let me sleep. I should get used to this pain, but now I don't want to get up and do all the manual procedure. Now don't talk and close your eyes. Van actually had no energy. Okay, they back-hugged her and gently placed a hot water bag on her tummy. Good night. He pecked on her neckline. Believe me, I have no energy, otherwise I would definitely cry. Thanks a lot, Taeyong. Van placed her hand on his hand. I'm falling for you, Taeyong, for another time. Love you. They closed his eyes.